Hi, I'm Miles.
And I'm Merika.
And this is I Don't Know What I'm Doing.
'Cause we don't!
Guys, this is the Minisode of I Don't Know What I'm Doing, and it's coming to you late, and that's fine.
That's
and
okay.
Merika had to get a COVID test.
I did have to get a COVID test.
So...
Because I hooked up with somebody that tested positive for it. Well, we didn't know at the time. He started feeling sick, and he hung out with somebody that tested positive. Patient 0. She's stupid. Okay.
What day did they hang out, and what day did she test
Thursday. Hung out Thursday. She tested positive Sunday. Okay. So she had to get tested between either Thursday, Friday. Really doubt she tested Saturday. I don't know. Maybe she got she in that 3-day span. Like, you only get tested typically when you are feeling sick. His friend started feeling sick on Sunday, like that following Monday.
So you were saying that when she hung out with them, she was probably already feeling a little bit sick because of when she got the test results.
Yes.
So fuck her or something.
Yeah, fuck her,
yeah.
Basically.
But don't fuck her.
But don't.
Not right now.
Don't.
Wait 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I hooked up with him, and was it worth it? Yeah. So. Okay. I tested negative somehow. I don't know how that happened.
Because everyone else tested positive.
Everyone they all were in a car together. They went to the dunes.
Not you.
Not me.
Yeah.
All tested positive. I hung out with my friend the following Sunday, and they went Thursday. So the incubation period sounds a little bit right, but he didn't get sick until a week from when they went to the dunes. So Thursday. So yeah. So
we'll send you guys a detailed calendar of how this all
with
makes
the dates,
sense.
the timelines.
But we are recording with the front window open because it just
because it's breezy, easy, breezy,
cover
breezy.
Swirl. But this is the episode where we answer y'all's or attempt to answer your questions.
Yep.
We have a few.
Yep.
Should I just go for it?
Go for it.
My friend said, I don't know if I should pay or split the bill.
In what situation? Every situation?
On a date.
On a date. It depends. For me...
He's a man dating women.
Okay. Okay. He should pay.
Every time?
Not every time. First date, most deaf. Second date, most deaf. Okay. First dates... First and second dates, definitely. Third, kind of can split it somehow. Maybe you should get drinks, you get the food, like something like that.
Yeah. Does she ever get it?
Oh, she should fucking get it, yeah.
Eventually, like what, date 4?
Date 4 or 5, one of those 6.
Okay.
Definitely on date 7. By date 7, she should definitely have paid for an activity that you guys have done or a meal. Something. Or put an effort to do something.
Or like a prostitute for a crazy 3-way.
Yeah. Proposition that. Set that whole thing up.
Can you imagine being like, honey, I know it's our 6th date and I'm already calling you honey, but I also got us a prostitute named Honey. And she has 3 of her limbs. Do you like it like that?
If you don't, let me know. I have a backup.
Yeah.
Sugar, so...
Sugar's over there.
Yeah.
2 limbs. 1 cup. Rika's like drinking wine. She's gonna spit it all over me.
Wouldn't be the first. Right? Maybe.
I honestly do wonder about this too, because with gay stuff, it's like both more ambiguous and more clear, because you're just like, we'll split it, or I'll get it, or you.
Who's the top? Who's the bottom?
There's no like, the dude has to get it, like has to pay, like, but. What if he was like broke? Like, what if you could tell he was just like broke as a joke, and you're like a high powered, like I'm making over $100,000.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you're buying me PBR.
Okay.
Don't care.
Okay.
You have to pay. You are paying. Like, you can be like, hey, like I am on a budget. Mm-hmm. These are my standards. I would like to buy you something, but I'm sorry, but it has to be X. Or I want to buy you a shot. Like, you can set it up like that. Like, I went on a date when I was in college from this stupid guy that I met on the Blue Line. He made me pay every other round. And I'm like...
It's not really a date, though. Like going to a bar and just paying for rounds.
I guess not. I don't know.
He should have taken you to an Italian or French restaurant.
Some type of restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah. A restaurant.
A restaurant. Okay. But it was like PBRs and shots. Like, and I'm like, PBR at the time was like $2. A shot was maybe 1 or 2. We didn't have to go to like 5 different bars or anything like that. But yeah, like, I mean, like, if you just set it up like that, like, hey, like, I'm on a budget.
But I still want to treat you, girl.
Yeah, I still want to treat you, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Do you have a question?
I do have a question.
Guys, we took to Reddit. Marika went to Reddit.
I went to Reddit to get questions.
We have to keep these mini-sodes alive. This is where we're getting content.
Okay. So this is from Actual Porcupine.
Okay.
They said, I've been looking into buying a used car, and honestly, it's kind of overwhelming. I bought a car before, but it was from a friend. Currently, I'm trying to figure out whether to go with a used dealership or buy from an individual. Dealership seems more safe. Like, there's a bit more assurance that I'll be in good shape, and maybe I can get it financed, but I don't understand the first thing about that. Prices look higher than from an individual, but when buying privately, how can you go about getting it inspected, or what do you need to ask/look for?
Somebody is asking us
Yes. Yes.
I've never bought a car in my life.
I have.
Really? I thought your parents just kind of like gave you their old cars.
They've let me borrow it, but they like let me take the Mini Cooper to trade it in and get my current car right now. And did my daddy did all the negotiation. But cuz that day, you guys, was so terrible because I'm going to get a new car for my new job at Lakeshore Beverage. And my job involves a lot of driving around, so I need this car. I'm on my period, have a tampon in, feeling fine, feeling good, feeling fresh, nothing. Don't feel great. That's the perfect situation for a tampon. When you shove it up there, you're able to forget, and you don't worry about anything. Like, there's no feelings of worry.
Yeah.
I have to go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom. Blood in my everywhere. Panties.
At the dealership?
Panties, jeans. Yeah, at the dealership. Great. I'm like, oh my god. And this is like after I
panties and jeans. So you're like sitting down.
Yeah,
like
sitting down. I sat in the car, and there was nothing there to be. Like, I didn't.
Oh, so it must have happened before you got to the bathroom.
Well, no, it was a lot, so it was happening. But thank goodness, like, nothing transferred to the seats of the car. And there's also plastic on the seats of the car, too, but nothing was on the plastic that I noticed. Like, it was kind of strange. That's why it caught me so off guard. And I'm like, great. And when you buy a car, folks, you're there all day. All right? It's a whole day negotiation because I have to go back and forth from the manager. You know, you say no, what about this? Yeah, it's the whole thing. So yeah, like, luckily I had a red hoodie tied around my waist and called it a day. Like, I had to, like, suck it up. Like, I had no other tampon. I don't know what I was thinking.
Did you tie it around with the hoodie on the front of you?
Like, around my waist? No, back.
Okay, that's okay.
Back. Luckily, I was wearing, like, black jeans.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't see anything.
That's your only color of jeans that you own, though.
Now, yeah. Well, yeah, that was, like, actually the beginning stages of, like, me owning, like, black jeans. Like, that's it. Forever.
Oh, you were, like, periods, black jeans.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So, to answer this person's question, like, my advice is to go to a dealership because you can negotiate. Just because it's what the price they say on the sticker doesn't mean you buy it for that price.
It's all made up.
It's all made up. It's just a point of reference, okay?
There was an episode of This American Life that's only about a car dealership, and it was fascinating.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. It's like they spend a month at a car dealership, and it's just like the insanity of how everything's a lie. It's like lies on top of lies. Like, one dealership is lying, but so is the other one. So, like, there's a bid war, but nothing's real. It's like... But you can negotiate with an individual.
Yeah, you are.
No, but I mean, if you don't go to a dealership, if he chose to buy from an individual,
you could. But the risk with that is you don't know what kind of car you're getting. Like, you would have to have, like, a mechanic kind of, like, with you and inspect the car, make sure everything's good. At a dealership, the likelihood of that car being, like, a lemon or something is it's small. You could do, like, Carfax bullshit. I don't know how that freaking works. All right. But at a dealership, like, you know, sometimes we can get warranties and things like that. And financing is a key thing, too. That's what the person said, was, like, financing is accessible to me versus, like, an individual. You have to pay full cash. There's no financing like that. So that's available
I think
for them.
that would make a huge decision. It's like, this person could only even consider an individual if they had, like, the cold, hard cash.
Right. But it sounds like to me they kind of do.
Yeah.
They have a good amount of money to make a down payment. And that's a great leverage for you, is that you could come in there, have a cashier's check for X amount of money that you have.
Cashier's check?
Mm-hmm. Because it's like basically it's money. It's cash, but it's in a check form. So you could use that, like, well, I have this check, so I'm going to go to the dealership down the street if you're not going to be willing to work with me and meet me halfway. So, peace. Bye. And they're going to stop you. They want you to buy a car from them.
Yeah, they have a quota usually.
Right, yeah. So, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm not making any money." Like, bullshit. You're making money.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing to do, is you're supposed to go towards the end of the month. Because they're closer to, like, not meeting their quota.
Yeah. So, they're, sweating.
Yeah.
They make them sweat. You have the power. They don't. They don't have anything. They just have the car. And there's a lot of cars out there. Okay?
The best dealership I ever went to was when I was in Texas, in Austin, and we'd driven from Dallas. And my friend's, like, air conditioning wasn't working, so we had to spend part of the time at the dealership. And we went to this dealership called Howdy Honda. I stole a pen. My friend Jamie stole a pen. I wish I'd sold 12 pens, because the pen is really nice. It's, like, white, like, with a light blue tip and a light blue little, like, thing to, slide over if you want to put it in your pocket or whatever. But it says Howdy Honda on it, and, like, I wish I just... it's such a good name. It's so Texas.
So good. It's like, do they have donuts there? Like, I bet they have donuts there all the time.
They have, like, Tropicana orange juice. I made a mimosa and then drove drunk home. I'm kidding. I was in Texas.
Okay. I'm like, that sounds not right.
Next question.
Okay, so next question is more timely. Right now I'm struggling with the fact that as a teacher, the school year is getting ready to start during a pandemic. I don't believe our district has done everything they can to keep our staff members safe. I'm also struggling with the fact that we will have to send our kids back, and I don't think they've done everything they can to keep kids safe either.
Send our kids back where?
I don't know.
Home or to school?
I kind of feel like Daniel being led to the lion's den. I think he's afraid that what he means sending them back is, like, they'll send them back home.
They'll start them in school and then be like, someone got affected. And then,
yeah, exactly. And then also, like, going back and forth between home and school, I think, maybe. But he said, I kind of feel like Daniel being led to the lion's den.
I mean, this is the big question in America right now, is about schools.
Yeah.
My friend had to go to school with students. They did one grade at a time, and he did, like, half the grade in the morning and half the grade at night, or AM, PM.
Okay.
But they only did that for the first week, and now it's all remote again.
Yeah. Because it's just...
Because the teachers absolutely did not want to, and I think finally the school board caved.
Yeah. Because it's, like, you hear, like, kids, like, getting sick and getting it, like, spread at that one school, like, in Georgia or something like that, where, like, people are, like, not wearing a mask. It's not mandatory to wear a mask. There's no social distancing of any kind.
There can't be.
It's impossible.
It's impossible.
It's not enough room. Like, one of, like, Adam's friends, too, like, she is a public school teacher, and at first they were going to do it remotely, and she was feeling safe, because it sounded like to me like they had the right protocol. But then eventually, I think they're finding out, like, with the spacing and stuff like that, it's not safe, actually. Like, trying to figure it out and, like, have the desk space 6 feet apart, and
it's so funny because this is a global problem, but I'm like, how much are we paying attention to what other countries are doing? Because, like, Japan didn't really lock down that much for a huge beginning of their COVID.
Right.
they didn't really quarantine like other countries were, but their outbreaks are not bad. And because this is at least from what my brother was telling me, they were all about ventilation. They were like, people are taking the subway, open all the windows in the subway car. Open them all.
Right.
And people are not allowed to talk in the subway. Because talking,
and everyone's wearing a mask.
Yeah, wear a mask, you can't talk in the windows open. And like, that's been really, and then schools, they're like, windows the fuck open. Or even like air conditioning units. You can do an air conditioning unit where it pulls in air from the outside. It uses more power.
Yeah.
But that's something they've been doing too. Because they're like, we got to circulate air. And I feel like America's just like, we love air conditioning all day. We don't want to change anything. And I'm like, maybe you got to open a window. Maybe you got to switch the air conditioning to a different setting. Like,
Right. That's so funny that you mentioned that, is because I was reading like an article back in like the flu pandemic and
Spanish flu.
It wasn't the flu. It was like influenza in the early 1900s.
1914.
Yeah, was it Spanish flu? I don't think it was a Spanish flu.
It's called the Spanish flu. That's what it is. 100 years ago.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyways, it was sometime. Well, I feel like I read it was like just a standard flu.
You mean the one that killed like 300,000 Americans? That one? That happened during World War I and then after?
No.
Okay. Because that's the one they always compare this to, because it's literally 100 years later.
I don't know. I feel like I would remember the word Spanish in front of it. But they were comparing like school systems and like how New York, Chicago, and St. Louis, they all kind of did it differently. And like Chicago, I think New York shut school system down.
Yeah.
And everyone thought like kids weren't couldn't really catch it. They were safer at school because of sanitation. Oh. Because back then there wasn't good sanitation at the home. But at school it's a much better. There's like running water, etc., things like that. And part of the plan with Chicago was opening the windows even in the wintertime and just cranking up the heat for ventilation and stuff, but it didn't really work that much. It was slightly better.
What did St. Louis do?
Same thing, kind of.
Oh.
Yeah, but I think it was St. Louis. I can't remember. I know it was like New York and Chicago for sure. But yeah, it's like, okay, the problem is like no one's reacting to this virus the same fucking way. Nobody.
No, it's not organized. My friend that went back to school, he was thinking about quitting.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, maybe what if I just take the year off? Because I don't want to
Die? Or get sick and spread it to other people.
Yeah.
That's like the main
Especially teachers that have pre-existing conditions and stuff, like, yeah. Well...
Next question.
Yeah, I mean, no, we only do 3 questions.
Oh, that's right.
So, and these questions were, like, really hard, you guys, so, like, calm down. Okay? Like, our show's called I Don't Know What I'm Doing, so...
Very serious
These questions are too hard, Reddit.
Reddit. Oh, and that was from, so sorry, that was from Be Incredible. B-Incredible.
Okay. Oh, this is the part of the show where we ask each other a question.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. Would you want to be famous, and why?
Oh my god, yeah. I want to be famous because that like brings money usually, of some kind.
Well, would you rather be rich if you didn't? Would you rather be rich and not famous, or you want to be?
I want both.
Rich and famous.
Rich and famous, absolutely. Because I wanna. Every time I thought about becoming famous, I wanted to help people. I wanted to be connected to my audience and to other people. Like, I've always thought about that. That's why I like I fell in love with Taylor Swift, because she was constantly like, I need to meet fans. I need to meet fans every time I'm on tour, all the fucking time. And, like, no other artist was really doing that. It was like, you're here and I'm here. My connection is my songs, and that's it. Bye-bye. Like, you give me money for my songs.
I mean, Mariah Carey had her lambs.
Whatever. Butterflies? I don't know.
Lambs. Marika's wearing a Taylor Swift t-shirt right now.
Yeah. And this is from the first concert that I saw her in, like, live, obviously. Went to Omaha, Nebraska for the opening tour date of Red. Dressed up as a lion so I could, like, meet her to stand out from the crowd, because she has, like, people from her management team or etc. like pull fans and meet her after the show. And, like, so that's what I was trying to do, and I didn't succeed. But I was in the newspaper.
You got your photo in the newspaper.
Yeah, then my aunts were
it's like
what
the cutest
the fuck?
photo ever.
Like, my aunts were like, what the fuck? Why did you tell us we were in Nebraska? I'm like, because I was there for, like, a day.
Oh, so your aunts didn't even know, and then they get the, like, Omaha Star, and they're like, Merika?
Yeah.
Wait, that is, like, being famous.
Yes. So.
What would you want to be famous for?
For being me. An actress.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Mostly for Instagram influencer, like, drama, something related to that.
Oh, okay.
Real Housewives, something like that.
Okay, great. It's, like, famous for, like, no reason, but, like, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that for you.
Yeah, I do too. Like, I already thought about it so many times in my life. So, my question for you is, how would you react if you got COVID?
Ugh, I think I'd be annoyed because I'd have to quarantine for 2 weeks.
Anything else you would?
And I'd be like, how am I going to go to the grocery store?
Yeah, you would have to get it delivered.
Yeah, I guess I would get it delivered, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
have someone do it for you.
I feel like part of me would be annoyed because I'd be like, oh my god, I literally can't see anybody and I just have to, like, chill on my own for 2 weeks. And then I think the other part would be, like, I don't know, maybe relieved because I'd be like, okay, I'm going to get it, I'm going to quarantine, I'm going to, like, be past it.
Right.
Antibodies or something.
Right.
But they're saying that maybe those only last a month.
Who knows? People can catch it twice and, like, die.
Yeah.
So it's...
My main worry has always been, like, I don't want to give it to somebody else. Like, I don't want to give it to my parents. Has been my main worry.
My main worry was, like, my roommates. Like, I don't want to give it to them. I, like, went to the gym. Like, when he told me that he is feeling sick and he might have it, that was a Thursday night. And I, like, went to the gym. That was my 3rd day that day going to the gym. And I only wore a mask 2 out of the 3 times. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, great. Like, granted, we sanitize everything that we touch with the equipment and stuff. But at the same time,
yeah, but I think it's more about the air.
Yeah, air circulation, like you said. So I'm like, fuck. And if I test positive, I have to tell my gym. They might have to shut it down. Like, I have to tell the dates, like, where I, like...
Oh, shit. Yeah, the contact tracing.
All that. His patient 0, he had to dig. When he came home Thursday night from work, he's, like, felt feverish. And he took his temperature, it was 100. And he's like, oh, okay. So he started, like, asking around, and that's how he found out. He didn't find out from, like, patient 0 or his friend that, hey, by the way...
Yeah.
He had to, like, find out, like, what the fuck is that? What is that? What is that? Why do you have to ask? That's my thing. I have an app now called,
Is it your 200th app?
Yes, it is. It's Safe Trace and also Citizen is, like, 2. I don't know why I have to have 2 apps for it.
To reach 200.
But basically, people sign up and then they'll post if they've gotten it. And they're close proximity to you, like a friend of a friend of a friend.
Oh, interesting. That's a good idea.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, that's the episode.
That's an episode, kind of serious one.
Yeah. You guys can email us questions at idkpod@gmail.com.
Or our Instagram, you could slide in our DMs. Slippy slidey.
Slip in.
So easy.
No friction.
I mean, a little bit.
No friction.
Friction is good, right? IDK what pod, right? Is that what it is?
IDK what pod.
Okay.
You can haze me on Twitter at fine, which is UG and then 6 H's and then fine.
Or me, Mad Hate on Instagram. So I don't.
Hate is spelled wrong.
Yeah, it is. It's spelled Hayte.
Yeah, one day we'll stop plugging our socials because we've never gotten any followers from this, and
actually.
I'm like, it's not our goal to get followers from the show. I just think it's nice in case people want more
content
or something.
Yeah, because
I don't know what you guys want.
We're clearly interesting. We're interesting.
Yeah, my tweets get 6 likes, you guys. Let's get it up to 7. Let's get there. Okay, I went viral that one time. Actually, I went viral. What's viral? How many?
Like 1,000, I feel like 10, like 1,000. Like the starting is 1,000.
I went over 1,000 twice. One time I got 650, which is why I was asking because that felt slightly viral. But
it's definitely viral.
Yeah, just like COVID. Bye, guys.
Just like COVID. Bye.
Bye.